What's up, everybody? Coach Shane here with SB Endurance. Today I've got an update for everybody, especially for you road marathoners. An update came out just today about the 2021 Boston Marathon, and we're going to get into the details of that and give you guys the latest on what we know about the 2021 race. Before we do that, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do me a big favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime our newest videos come out. But I think this is one that people have been waiting on hearing some information about, and we'll get right into it. So to kind of give a backstory, obviously we know that 2021 is supposed to be the 125th Boston Marathon. It's always on Patriots Day, or it's always supposed to be on Patriots Day. This coming year, 2021, the original date was supposed to be on April 19th. Happens to be my birthday. It was going to be a huge day for me. I'm already qualified. I was super jacked. But as we know, things have not gone well in 2020 with races. We know that the 2020 Boston Marathon, the 124th edition, took place as a virtual race, and all those people who were already registered had a good experience, but we know that they don't want to do that again. I don't think runners want to do that again. I think people are ready to get back to racing, and people want to see the Boston Marathon going back to what it once was. To pull off an event with 30,000 runners in it is going to be tricky. So I think Boston wants to do what's right. The city, I think the BAA wants to do what's right to really bring back the Boston Marathon the way it should. We've seen other races go off this year, like the London Marathon that was just open to elites, and I don't think that's what people want to see in Boston. I think people want to see that full pack go back out, or at least as many runners as we can safely get out there in whatever format that is that they come out with. So to give everybody a little bit of a rundown, again, that original date, Patriots Day, we were hoping that that was going to happen in spring, that on April 19th, we'd have that running of the 125th Boston Marathon. Earlier this fall, when registration was supposed to open, it should have opened on September 14th. That's the first day that people would have been eligible to sign up for next year. And Boston, the BAA, came out and said, we're going to put it on hold until we know when the race can take place. And we don't want to have another 2020 experience where people are forced to do a virtual race. We want to have live in-person runners. So we're not going to open registration until we know what that date's going to be. And then a little while later, they came out and said that spring wasn't going to happen, that the Patriots Day race probably wasn't going to be feasible with the way things were going with COVID, and that they were going to wait a little while longer before they announced what the race date was going to be, but that they were targeting a date in the fall. So previously, they announced that the race couldn't take place in the state of Massachusetts, in the city of Boston, until the state was at what they call their Phase 4 reopening plan. So for the state, Phase 4 included the release and availability of a vaccine for COVID-19. And as we all know, sitting here today, the vaccine is out and available. So I'm sure the Boston Marathon, the BAA, the city have felt a fair amount of pressure since the vaccine has become available to really announce what's going on, what's the date going to be. We know it's going to be in fall, that it's not going to be in spring, and let's get some more information out there to people. Obviously, along with that vaccine, that Phase 4 plan includes a lot of other metrics, cases, and I'm not even sure what all it entails, but we know that that vaccine was part of it. So it's out there, it's available. What's the date going to be? It seems that cases in the state and in the city are still on the rise, that they haven't got it under control out there yet. And again, I think that the Boston Marathon, the BAA, is feeling pressure to announce the race date, and they just seem like they're not ready. So they came out with an official statement today, and I've got it in my notes, so I'm just going to read it. The official statement that they posted on social media, and I reposted this on my Instagram account. If you're not following me on Instagram, go search SB Endurance on Instagram and follow along there as well. But the statement read, due to the recent surge in COVID-19 cases in Massachusetts, the BAA will not be able to confirm a fall Boston Marathon date until early 2021. We will continue to work with city and state officials in preparation for a safe return to in-person racing in the fall. So they came out and said, we're not ready to announce the date yet. We're going to announce it in early 2021. Well, today is December 29th as I make this video, and we're only a few days away from January 1st, 2021. So that's early 2021. It doesn't get any earlier in 2021 than that. But when are we going to hear? We don't know. Early 2021 could be March. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But right now they're flat out telling us we got to wait to tell you guys a date. It's certainly disappointing that we haven't heard yet what that date is going to be. But I think, again, they want to do it the right way. We all want to be able to return to running and doing big races safely, and we want the events to be ready to host those types of things in as normal a format as possible. I think that's kind of a general consensus amongst the running community. My thoughts are, I want to do Boston. I want to do the 125th Boston. I think it's a big milestone, and I'm qualified. As far as I know, I'm qualified, but we don't know what those standards are going to be. But we want to see that happen in as normal of a scenario as possible. The last couple of Bostons, they lowered the standards, as we all know. For my age group, the standard is 3:05 now for men in their late 30s, and I think the last Boston you had to be like a minute 38 or so. Somebody probably knows the exact. But I think it was around a minute 38 faster than your qualifying time to get in. I don't think that's going to be the case when the next Boston registration opens. I think it's going to be a lot faster than that, because there were still some marathons that took place in 2020. All those people that qualified in 2019 are going to be eligible for this next iteration as well. So you've got 2019 people, you've got 2018 people. I think they're going back as far as when the registration for 2018, anybody who qualified during the 2018 period and going into anybody that did that virtual race in 2020, I think they're going to allow all those people. And if somebody knows different information, certainly go ahead and post it in the comments. But I think that they're going to allow all those people to register, as well as anybody who qualified in this last registration period that would have been the normal window to qualify for 2021. So that's at least 2 years worth of people. If we stretch this out longer, maybe it goes on longer. Maybe anybody who's still qualifying right now and whatever marathons are happening out there are eligible as well. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But the bigger that pool gets, and depending on the number of runners that are eligible, if it's not 30,000, if it's only 10,000, well, is it the 10,000 fastest, or how are they going to work that? For me, I've got more than a 10-minute buffer. I ran a 2:54 earlier this year, so I hope that that's good enough. But it might be 10 minutes, might be 5 minutes. We don't know. But I'm willing to bet that it's going to be faster than what the cutoff was beyond your qualification time in 2020. I can't see any other way, because you're just going to have a bigger pool and you're probably going to have limited runners. I hope it's not limited runners. I hope they can find out a way to do 30,000 people, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So again, obviously we're excited to get more information. At least this is something. I'm happy that they posted some information that said, hey, we're not ready to release the full date yet. We're going to let you guys know in 2021. I hope that means they're close, but we'll find out. I'm interested to know what all of your thoughts are. Go ahead and post a comment. Are you qualified for 2021, or do you think you're qualified based on your most recent marathon time? If you're qualified and they release the information of when that race is going to take place, are you going to go? Are you going to sign up? If it's 30,000 people, are you going to be there? Or, what is your take on it? I'm interested to hear what runners are willing to get back to. I think we all want to get back to racing, but I think we all want to do it safely. So if you're qualified, are you going to be there? What are your thoughts? What do you think Boston's going to tell us? Do you think it's even going to happen in fall of 2021? None of us know. But I'm interested to hear if you guys have heard any other rumblings out there, if there's other information floating around. Certainly let us all know. We wanna hear those kinds of comments. So go ahead and post those below. That's all I've got for you again on this update that came out today. Hopefully we know more soon as we roll into 2021 here. Again, I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with people, give people the news that there's an update out there about Boston and what's going on. And hopefully we know more soon. As soon as I have more information, I'll certainly let you guys know too. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you guys have a great one, and we'll talk to you all soon.